Well, it's done. I did it. I successfully broke up with my work. Um, it was actually kind of stressful to go through the motions where I'm at in my life now and how I feel about myself and my responsibilities and commitments and obligations to, inform work that I was leaving and then give them my final date of when I'd like to be done and then be there and stay there and work the schedule and until my final day, which was today, and and then training my replacement, and then just feeling strange being there, and people, you know, kind of curious and wanting to ask questions, but then not asking questions, and then people unsure of what it meant or what it means, and of like what's the status of our relationship or friendship, or it's like a lot of people, it's like there is no relationship, there is no friendship, it's like we never talked. um, so it's like I don't know exactly what a lot of people were expecting, some goodbye, or we had that one conversation that one time, which was cool, but that was years ago. um, or for me to individually pass by and tell them it was nice working with you, or uh, I don't know exactly what people expect, but I managed to hurt some people's feelings by not giving them advance notice, weeks ago or a month ago or more, and not telling them directly that I was planning on leaving, and then explain the situation, and sort of uh, break the news in some sort of fashion that gave them a chance to get used to the idea of me not being there. But for most people, they didn't know me anyway. They were never invited in. Um, and so they can feel however they want to feel, they can think whatever they want to think, and they can believe whatever they want to believe. But most of them, I will never see again. And, and never saw them outside of work anyway, or talked to them outside of work. So there just was no real relationship. It was just a face in the store. And yeah, it is kind of sad, um, you know, but, and maybe that makes me a bad person, or maybe that makes me an uncaring person or an insensitive person to the needs of others and their sense of continuity. And I don't know, or maybe I just mean more to people than what I give myself credit for. Um, and maybe other people hoped or hope that that they meant more to me than my exit suggests. The fact that I didn't say goodbye. But I didn't say goodbye to a lot of people. Um, I didn't let very many people know in advance of my departure in the first place. Um, and so, because I didn't want to have to explain it to so many people, and I didn't want to answer a lot of questions. And yeah, I just wanted my last couple weeks to go with less commotion or any sort of, I just wanted them to be kind of the same as any other week, and then to just kind of wrap things up and just be gone. And so that's what I mostly did, and I mostly got away with it. But as soon as I broke the news of my 2 week notice, though, word got around. mm, Sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. But I was glad that I was selective in the people that I chose to share in advance, because no one knew, and it came as a surprise to a lot of people. And it's okay. I feel okay about it. Um, I would like to think that I didn't hurt people's feelings by not giving them personal goodbyes, but for most people, we just never had conversations. So anyway, it's my experience of it, of how it appeared to me from my perspective, and I have no idea. I was never really well understood by a lot of people. I have no idea what they thought of me. But now I'm just gone, and and I will have just been a face in the store that was around for a long time until I wasn't. And but that's how a lot of people are to me. It's like I don't know them either, and they'll be in the store working, and I'll see them around for months or even years, and then all of a sudden I just won't see them anymore. And because we never talked, I never know what happened to them, or it's like, and it's a big store, and they employ at least 100 people, and there's a lot of turnover. And so for me, it never paid for me to really take the time to get to know people very well, because I don't have time anyway because I'm at work. But then people they just appear and then disappear. And the same thing goes with meetings and recovery. It's like people show up, they're around for a while, then they're gone. Sometimes it's because they move, or their job situation changes, or relationship situation changes, or something else bad happens, or something else good happens. I don't know, but I need to be more concerned with what's going on for me in my life, making the best possible changes and the best, to have the sort of life that I want to live. And for the longest time, working the way I've been working on the schedule that I've been working it wasn't working. Not for me. It worked for a while, but then the magic wore off. And it was unsustainable. And, I realized that it's like, I don't have to do this. And I didn't want to do it anymore. I just needed to do something different. And so this is a good thing. And it's like the last time I, made a decision like this, um, premeditatively, and then acted on it and made a large change was when I left West Virginia in 2008, and moved to Wisconsin. And yeah, and I didn't have a job. I quit the job that I was working in West Virginia and just moved without, I had family to, that was going to be up there, so I wasn't like, totally alone. But there was no plan. I didn't know what I was going to do up there or how things. I just knew that I was unhappy in West Virginia with the situation, and I was primarily motivated also by the time that was going on. I missed my brother, and I wanted to, follow him to Wisconsin because he had left the year before, and I don't know. And so now, under it's a different situation, but there are similar parallels, um, of making the best possible decision that I know how to make at the time to yeah. So, but I think the situation is a lot better, um, and I feel more confident that I'm making a good decision, an informed decision. Is it the absolute correct decision? I don't know, but it feels right. And there's no way to know in advance, all the things that I don't know now because I haven't lived it yet. And if I knew now what I'm going to know later, then where's the fun in that? It kind of spoils the mystery and ruins the adventure because, our lives are full of choices. And we make the best possible choices that we know how to make, given the information that we know at the time or that we think we know. But that's all that anybody can do. No one has a better strategy, or at least, you know, they might think that they do. They might think that they know more than what they actually do, or I don't know. But from my perspective, I sometimes just have to go off of my own best intuition, and and sometimes that is better than some people's facts, which to me is scary. But my track record, when I am working from a healthy state of mind, is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's very accurate, but it always tends to work out for the better in the long run anyway. And maybe that's just because am able to find the better in it, because I'm not in charge of what actually ends up happening, but I make the best of whatever happens. Whether it's at the moment good or bad, I can make it better just by you know accepting it and then working with it and not fighting so much against it. And it's not about turning the tables or anything. It's just more about just reading. And so, anyway, it's been a while since I've talked openly, for a public recording at length. And I know these don't get much view time. They might get clicked on, but they don't get watched. Because I am just a stranger to most people, and they don't know me, and they're not involved. And my entire story is it is not entirely a secret, but unless a person was actually paying attention and watching a lot of stuff, it's like even then it's like no one knows the entire story, and it's never been told in its entirety, from start to finish or anything like that. It's just always in pieces, and they're not consecutive pieces. It's just the story's always just a little bit mixed. But there is one person actually that I'm been talking to for the past couple months, and I've been giving them my story and telling them about myself and my life, and they've been getting to know me pretty well. And there's a lot of there's a lot more um, to get to know, and a lot more stories to tell. And but we've arrived at an understanding of a foundation of communication um, that is more than what I've been able to establish up to this point with a single other living human being. So that's cool. Because I've tried many times, and just never felt that level of comfort and security and reciprocity. Because I know that they are sincerely attempting to, reach out and connect with me, and to share with me their life and what it's like for them, what it was like, and what's happened and what it's like now from their experience of life and reality. And there is a connectivity, and a kindred spirit and a chemistry as well. So, and we've never met, and everything is just kind of hypothetical and theoretical, but been making steps to change that. And part of it was leaving my job. And so that was accomplished today. It's been being accomplished these past few weeks, months, but even before then, I've been getting ready for years, because I haven't been happy in this situation for probably 2-3 years by this point, and I just didn't know exactly what I was going to do or where I was going to go or end up. But I wasn't happy here in this place. So now it's like, it's a good time. It's the right time. And I'm very happy that it's turned out the way that it's turning out. And I'm excited. It might not sound like it, but I am just talking to myself, and I'm only bouncing the ideas off myself in a screen. And so it's like, I just know for myself, it's like, yeah, I am little bit scared too. But it's the freedom kind of scared of I don't know what happens next. I'm off the schedule. I am very much on the grid, but I am off my schedule, and I don't have I don't have work tomorrow, for instance. What am I going to do? You know what? I might try sleeping at night for a change, which I can do on my days off, my one day off a week, which is just that's how it's been for 2 years since I started working a night shift, and yeah, so I'm glad that that's over. I'll never do it again. Not I won't choose to do it again. If I ever do it again, it'll be by necessity, or because that might be the only thing available or something. But I won't want to. So, and there's usually lots of options. So I'm not worried about there never being a choice about it. But and until I find the next job that I want to work, I do have the means to support myself, and but I hope to not be going it alone. Um, I hope this endeavor and new adventure has. I hope that it. I hope that it goes well. I really do, and I hope it has lasting potential and possibilities beyond what I even can fathom right now. I just know that from this distance and this perspective, where I'm at right now, with it, it's like I see what I see, and I feel what I feel, and I believe what I believe, but I can't prove a damn thing. Sorry. But there's enough to go on, and it is enough, and it's impossible for me to know more at this time. It has to be faced, met, and you know, I just need to show up and greet with open arms and investigate and discover and appreciate and respect and cherish. And there will be problems, and there will be unexpected hiccups and trials and despairs, and but there'll also be joys and celebrations too. So I've just known for myself that it's like I know what living alone is like because I've been doing it for my entire adult life. Um, so it's like I don't know what it's like to um, cohabitate with another person, and just to be around another person in that regard is just like I have no idea. I don't know what I am like in that uh, aspect. So that'll be a getting to know me um, scenario as well as a getting to know her situation. So, it sounds like I'm putting it very, mm, clinically or, coldly. I don't know. But, right now it just feels a little bit, sorry about my chair creaking. um, it just feels so unreal right now. But if I continue along doing what I need to do right now, moving forward, it's going to get really real really fast. And I'm looking forward to it. So it's like I've already been, you know, stepping away and stepping back and passing the torch to other people, and now I just continue to do that. The job is done, and that was a big step. And now it's about tidying up my affairs in this town, and getting my mail forwarded, and letting different businesses know of my change of address, and then you know tidying up the apartment and packing things up and getting ready to get on the road. And you know I'm not going to be here that much longer, and I'll just be in a transitional state, um, driving, um, and I just kind of a transient, homeless, but not um, without means and support, but just in between spaces and places. So, but I know where I'm going. I just don't know what it's going to be like when I get there. But I am expected, and I am welcome, and that feels good. And were the roles reversed, and they were on their way here instead, you know, uh, kind of, detaching themselves from their own life and saying goodbyes and um, moving across country to here. Uh, I would be anxiously awaiting them and worried over them, over the travel and the distance and the stress of it, because it is a big change, and I would worry that they were possibly taking on more than what they know, and but from you know if from what they talk about is true, and I have no reason to doubt that it is, um, it'll be okay. So since I believe it from that role reversal perspective, it's like I'm trying to instill confidence that the same thing it applies. So it's like I'll be okay. It is stressful, but it's because it's the unknown, and so there's elements of fear. But this is something that I want to do, and it is my choice, and it's a good kind of fear. It's a healthy kind of fear, and because if I wasn't afraid in some way, um, then I'd be worried. It's like, what's wrong? So, you know, I'm doing things for the right reasons, I believe, and things are happening and playing out the way they are, um, and it just kind of makes sense. I don't know why it makes sense or how it makes sense or if it makes sense to anyone else, and it doesn't even always make sense to me. But maybe it'll make sense later. But everything that I've been through up to this point was in preparation for today, um, getting me ready to be making the decisions that I am and have been making, you know, being the person in the moment, um, able to make those decisions. I might not always be happy with the decisions that I'm currently needing to make, but they are required, and no one else can do them for me. And I'm the only one that can speak up for myself and communicate. So it's like, so, because I've heard the phrase, bittersweet a few times. And again this morning, about it being a bittersweet, farewell. And I was like, no, it's pretty sweet. I don't think it's bittersweet at all. No, it's sweet because it is what I've been wanting. And, it's a little sad, but I've been saying goodbye for a long time. It's just no one knew it. So, a few people knew of my, disgruntled state, but I just, didn't make too big of a deal of it. It's like I carry this by myself and only share it with a few people. And but I feel better now that I'm done with the job, and I will be able to sleep at night and be active during the day, and start being able to make the changes and take actions to perpetuate this choice into reality and making it real. So maybe I sound a bit indecisive in total, but I'm not. I'm just taking it all in, absorbing it. The impact, the gravitas of all these decisions coming to fruition, and how just life-altering all of it is. And I haven't even given words to a lot of it because I'm trying to keep my expectations within reason and not trying to place more out there than, it's like, well, we haven't talked about that, or it's like, we're not sure about that yet, and we're just one step at a time. We still have to meet each other and see what we're like face to face, and begin again. So I think that's phenomenal, to be able to begin again having already met and developed some sort of understanding in advance of actually meeting in person, and then seeing what they are like face to face, and then integrating the two ideas into a living, breathing person, and getting to have that second romance. So I know this isn't exactly public, but it isn't exactly private either, as it is very anonymous. And I could be anyone, and I could be talking about anyone, but I'm not. And only I know who I'm talking about, and only she knows that I'm talking about her. And maybe that's, I don't know. But it is what it is. And this is kind of an obscure, very, very tiny channel that isn't really expected to, do anything or have a future. This channel might not be around for that much longer, for all I know. I might find myself occupied and busy with other adventures in the near future. So I might pop in every now and again to give an update, but who knows? I'm trying not to, predict the future. So anyway, that's about all I got. So this might be my last public long-form video from this place. So I did want to pop in and say so long until next time, and I'll see you later.